So let's try to understand what is MFA. MFA is actually known as multi-factor authentication to most of you, but you guys may not be familiar with the actual meaning or what is the purpose of it. So MFA is multi-factor, though it is a single word, multi-factor authentication. So multi-factor authentication simply means that if you are authenticating something, or if you want to authenticate something, then there should be not only just one way, but there should be multiple ways of doing it, or you have to do it on multiple level. So let's suppose this is a laptop and you want to connect to any server which is on the other side of internet. This I am assuming is internet, and you want to get connected to it on the other side. So let's say we have one server, let's make it gray, and they all are connected to each other. So my laptop is somehow connected to the internet, and internet is also connecting to my server. So here in this way I want to connect from this PC to the internet. This is my PC, this is my, let's make it red, okay, and this is my server. So to get connected to it, either we can get the connection or get the authentication done with the help of one normal ID and password. So this communication or this way of communication can be done or can be authenticated with the help of either one ID and password, or we can do one more thing. We can implement some sort of technology or some sort of software on the server itself, so that logging into my server would require some other things rather than a normal ID and password. So it would be like this, that I will require normal user ID plus password, or along with it we can also configure this that along with ID and password we can have a small PIN or maybe a small PIN number that can also be implemented. So if we are using only ID and password, that would be a traditional way of logging into your user account or to any other server online or maybe on premises. But if we are using PIN also, or rather than traditional ways, if we are using any other way, then it comes under multi-factor authentication. So the mechanism which is working on this server will not be just checking for only the ID and password before the login, but it will also check that login should also require a mandatory PIN, which should be always provided by the user or somebody who is trying to log in. So on this server we will require a PIN number along with user ID and password to log in. Okay, so let's see how it works in AWS in the next lecture.